Hello and welcome once again, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how I made this little fish. It's a brooch pin, and I saw a sketch on Pinterest, to be honest, and I thought I'll turn it into a needle felting. It was just a sketch and it looked really cute, so I gave it a go. And this one I made for the video because some of you did manage to see it till the end and commented fish. Thank you for watching. So I'm starting with corridor slivers. I've taken a little bit of it and I'm going to make a circular shape, but it's fuzzy on the top because I want to give it a little twist. That's going to be the top fin. I don't know if they're called something else, but I just know that they're fins. And so the top is going to be a little twisted, so it's kind of a shape of a mango, you can say, or a pear, but you have to give it shape and just know where to stop. So I'm giving it a bit of a curve, and it's done with a needle, so I'm not using any wire or anything. So I'm just giving it a 3D shape. I'm adding more wool to it so it's a bit rounded and not a flat fish. For the eyes, I'm rolling up a bit of the wool and I'm trying to get it into a circular shape. That's going to be the eyeball, but you have to really get it all around, so you have to keep rotating it and keep felting it so you get a rounded shape. So, and yeah, don't poke your fingers, and just roll it up. And when you get an eyeball, you have to keep measuring on the head so you know that you've got the right size. Don't want to be too big or too small. And you can make one eye bigger and one smaller because it's a bit of a cartoonish um, fish. It's not realistic, so I'm making one a bit smaller just to give it a bit more character. So I'm rolling out another ball. For the little mouth, I've just rolled a piece of wool and giving it a circle that's like an open mouth. So you have to just felt it down, and then add color around it. And when you add color over it, you have to be careful that you do keep the hole in the middle so it looks like an open mouth. So you have to be careful when you add color to it. And with the eyeballs, you have to go around and a little bit thicker on the top end so you can have the eyelids with the color. So I'm adding more wool to the top of the eyes to form the eyelids, and so you don't have just the two balls popping out of the fish's face. And for the open mouth, you have to be careful and keep it open. Just a circular shape right beneath the eyes. So it's you can sketch your own fish and then felt it. So I'm just making it neat from the top, so it looks like a comma, and you have a pointy end on the top, and then this completes the shape of the fish. Now we have to give it little fins and a bit more cheeks. So for the orange one, I've added more cheeks to it, but this one still looks a bit bigger and a bit rounder. So this is what happens when, because these things are not machine made, they're handmade. They can be different. They can be slightly different from each other, but you can't have exactly the same thing when you're doing things by hand. So this is a bit more rounded and a bit more um yeah, rounded. It's a bit bigger than the orange one, but I still like it. So I'm just going with my finer needle. I've got my needles from, forgot the name, Heidi Feathers, and the needles are really good. They don't break easily. And the finest one is the blue, light blue topped. So I've just painted my needle holder so I know which needle I've got. I'm just making it neat, going around the eyeballs. It has to be really nice and rounded, and you have to be careful on the eyeballs as well as the mouth because it's really small. So if you're good with making small stuff, this is a really fun and easy project to do. Now for the fins, I'm using the color I used on the top. You can make your fish any color you want. So I made an orange one and then a purple one. So I'm using the color directly, and I got these colors from eBay, I think. They were carded wool, not the merino, because merino leaves a lot of fluff. Like, it's really hard to get neat, but the carded wool is easily handled and gives a neat effect. So I've just folded in the fins into a triangle shape, and the fins and the tail are similar in shape. They're like triangles, so they are a bit longer. So these are the tail. So I'm making two of them, and then I'm going to felt them down to make the fish tail, and I'm joining them at the back. Turn it over and felt it down so I know exactly where they're going to sit. And now the fish has a tail. Now I'm going to make the the fins on the sides as well. For the side fins, I'm using the same color and making a smaller triangle, and it has to be really small because it just sticks out from both the sides, so I have to make two of them and make them really neat. I'm using my multi-tool, and multi-tools are really handy. They really speed up the process, so it's a good idea investing in one. I've got the clover one, and it's really good. I'm going to join on the side. So uh, I've made the fish a bit rounded, so it's easier to join, do the joining at the sides. If you had a really flat fish, then it's going to be difficult. So it's more of a 3D project. It's not flat. So got really small ones, and I'm going to stick them to the side and stab them on, making everything neat and clean as you go along. And felting is really fun. I really love felting. I'm adding more wool just to give it shape, and just for a bit of embellishment I'm using a lighter purple color. I'm gonna make spots on it. You can give it any design you want. I'm just giving it a few light purple spots, and then I'm going to use some beads on top. and that those I'm going to stitch on with my needle and thread. So these are the little tiny details you can add, and you can add as many as you want. You can use different colors. I'm just using a lighter purple, and got three dots on one end and two on the other, and then I've got the beads on top. So this is complete, and I've got it ready on my card with the pin at the back, and this is all done. I think I've missed filming some of it. I'm sorry about that. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. For attaching the pin, you can see some of my other videos. I've shown how to attach a pin at the back. I'm sorry I missed out on this one, but I hope you do follow along and make your own fishes. Thank you very much for watching.